Hey, I'm making this video because I'm very curious about how people come to find some sort of purpose or direction in their lives and the various ways they approach it. I have used many different ways, and some of them have been more successful than others, and others have been absolute failures, and others have been failures at the start, and then later on turn out to be something that's actually very beneficial. I've found this with several organizations. In fact, I found this to be true with my education. I initially went into college for fine arts. I had a huge interest in the theater and music and literature. And I started using that as a direction, a place to go, you know, um, to give my life meaning. I did not have much of a support at home for what it is I was about. I was involved with the arts. My family had very little interest in the arts other than the normal mainstream sort of stuff. So it was interesting that I went that direction. And what I've discovered is that one of the reasons that I went that direction was because I was trying to get their attention. In fact, I was trying to get everybody's attention. Look how good I am. I mean, I'm an artist, I can do this, I can do that. And you guys are so much below me, which was just a load of crap, really. It really was. But the good news is I came out an artist, which is really what I want to be, which is what I am today. With the help of Lee and Michael and others. But the bottom line is I was looking for attention and approval because I was attaching my purpose, my reason for being plopped down onto this planet was somehow connected to the arts, and therefore I was going into the arts, and I spent a lot of time doing it. All right, 5 degrees later, I'm still working at it, and I realized that. But the turning point for me was when I was taking my philosophy degree at CSU Stanislaus. At the time, I thought, it was going to provide me with some answer to the meaning of life and being, and it was all going to make sense once I got that piece of paper. The same thing with literature, the same thing with the arts. Somehow I was going to magically transform into an artist because I had a piece of paper. Uh, well, that didn't quite work out that way. But it did do, it gave me the foundation to do what it is I'm doing now, which is being me. And the way I express myself is through my art. So it was a matter of seeking approval. Later on, I went and did the same old, and eventually I went to Landmark and I did a few courses with them. I got a lot out of it, and a very good bud of mine was attached to it very much, so I had sort of like a inside track on that in some ways or another. Uh, I did have a falling out with him, but it turned out that that falling out was more about me than it was about them. It was about what my expectations were and what I was willing to do. And so now in present time, I look back on those lessons and I use them because it's good stuff. While I don't necessarily go out and actively enroll people into it and stuff like that, that's just not something I do. And that may or may not be consistent with what Landmark is about. I don't know. I'm not faulting them. I'm just simply saying this is the way it was for me. Uh, so back to the question of purpose and getting meaning into your life or my life. My life. I can't put meaning into your life. I could talk all night, and that's not going to help. You've got to put meaning into your life. You don't have to. You can choose not to. I mean, it's up to you. But even if you choose not to put meaning into your life, in my way of thinking, you're still putting meaning into it. Okay, a convoluted argument, but there you are. So, I'm living a very, very good life, despite the fact that I'm not financially secure and other things. As an artist, I'm growing. And that artist is me and everything else. And the past is sort of dwindled away. All those chains and those locks and those anchors and all those stops that the past caused. I've discovered that I really don't have to prove much to anybody. First, I need to not even prove it to me. I just need to do it. And whatever the results are, that's what they're going to be. And I'll take responsibility for those choices. So that's where I find meaning. I find meaning in waking up every day and going through my trails and my little stuff and creating. And that's what gives me meaning. And all the other stuff that happened in the past, well, it just happened in the past. It's done, it's over with, and so much for that. You know. I mean, to sum it up real quickly, life is too short to worry about the decisions you made yesterday or the choices you made yesterday. It's today, it's a new day. What choices are you going to make today? Doesn't mean you can't learn from the past. Just simply means you got to understand that it is the past. And you are right here, right now. And whatever happens in the future, well, you got to get clear on that. You got to open up space for that. That's kind of Heidegger in there, but that kind of thing. You got to clear out a space to put new stuff in there. And yeah, it's going to be impacted by the old stuff, but it's thinking about it objectively rather than subjectively for me. So, meaning, searching out meaning, I really don't have to search out for meaning anymore or justification of who and what I am. I'm, quite frankly, very pleased with what I am. And I'm looking forward to getting better, obviously, but doesn't mean I'm not pleased with where I am right now. So, good luck on your search. I hope you find what it is you're looking for. And I hope paths intersect, because they do. Just keep an open mind. That's the best I can say. Keep an open mind, listen, and make the best choices for you. And don't worry about what other people think about your choices. I think if you look back and you look at the true greats in history, in business, arts, whatever academics, whatever field you want, theater, right? You're going to find at the core a person who grappled with their insecurities and got past them and expressed them in a productive and helpful way for them. And if it helped somebody else out along the way, great. John Lennon once told somebody, I didn't write that song for you, I wrote it for me. If you got something out of it, great. But I didn't write it for you. How could I write it for you? I didn't know who you were. I don't know who you are. You don't know who I am, really, just by this video. But that being said, you never know. You never know where those connections are. Just be true to yourself. I mean, if I was going to dispense advice, which is probably not the best thing to do, I should say that I'm just true to myself as best as I can be. I con myself at times, but I come back a lot faster than I used to. So, have a great night, and I hope you got something out of this. I genuinely do. Bye now.